Hey coding owls, welcome back to the channel. This video we are going to talk about dictionaries in Python. One of the very important member of the data structures in Python used extensively. They are represented by curly braces with key colon value pair, and there can be multiple. Now the thing here is the key part of the dictionary is usually denoted by a set, so there cannot be any duplicates and there cannot be any ordering there. But the value part, it can be anything. They are more like a list, so you can even repeat those values, so that's not a problem at all. And so here, as they are unordered, they are immutable. So keys are immutable, values are mutable, and they are heterogeneous in nature, so you don't have to stick to a single type when you're working on this. So if you see, the basic dictionary looks like name is John, age is 25, profession is engineer. So this is how a dictionary usually looks like. Let's jump into the practical and understand this at its core. So I have already created a file by name dictionary.py in our data structures folder, and let us now start working on this. So here we have, as I said, they are represented by key colon value pair, and there can be any number. So they are comma value separated, key colon value, and so on. And obviously, these are there are now. Let us start with multiple ways of making a dictionary object. Okay, so first way, as we discussed, it's like I'll take a point object, and it's like they are, I don't want to do this here. So we can say x colon 1, that is the x coordinate value, and y colon 2, that is the y coordinate value. And then I say print the point and print the type of point. And this is something, if I try to execute now, I'll have to change the directory and then say Python space dictionary.py. And you see this way what we are doing, x and y, and this class is of nature dictionary. Then the other way of creating this is something I like it, is about, I can say point is, you can use the constructor of dictionary, and the best part is now you don't have to use those quotes. You can simply just say x is 1, y is 2, and you will basically get the same thing back. So if I say print point and print your type of point, it's simple, and you execute. So you see we have got this dictionary here. Then so see now here, when I created using curly braces, I have to represent them and add everything of my key using double quotes itself or single quotes, but not something I when I use the dictionary constructor, it is much better way to work upon it. Now I'll create another dictionary which will help us to deal with lot of things. So I'll say name is equal to Tom, then age is, let's say, 25, then gender is male, then I can say is married is false. So I'm using a boolean value here. And let's say what all programming languages they know. So here I have got Java, Python, and this time let also add Rust to that. Okay, so yeah, this one is missing here. I add the Rust to it. So when you look at this details now, and if I say print details, and obviously this is going to be of type dictionary, so I have to mark it as what, dictionary here. So type is going to be dictionary, and you print it. So this is what, name is Tom, age is 25, gender is male, is married is fall, programming language is so many languages. So this is how you can create your different. These are multiple ways of creating a dictionary. Now let's focus upon how do we access them. So for accessing the elements in the dictionary, I can simply just say, for example, I'll use a print tab and I'll say that name. How do I access the name key in my dictionary? So I can do that. I have got details dictionary, and in the details, I can simply just have a method called as get. And this get method, if I pass my key, I'll get name. So if I do that, see, it says name is Tom. Then I can also make use of so square bracket. So for that, I can simply just do, let's say, age. So this time I say that for my age, if I don't use the method get this time, I simply just directly say is in the bracket. I pass the key and I pass age, and this is what I get. So age is 25. Yeah. Now I want to check what will happen if I don't add. I am trying to get something which is not a part of my uh, dictionary right now. For example, I want to find out details of city. So how will that details of city look like now? Let's see how does it react. So when I try to make fetch it using the square bracket, it said that this will generate into an error. I got key error that city is not available. Let me put it in the code and leave it up for you. But at the same time, I want to see what will be the behavior in case if I try to get it using the get function. So this time I do what? I'll try to fetch the city. I'll try to fetch the city, but by using what? City. So city is none. I know there is no city here. So here you can add up the city and obviously it will give it to you back. But let's say you want city and default city is going to be, let's say, Mumbai. So in this situation, what can you do is that if the city is not available in the dictionary and you try to fetch it. So at that time, what will happen if the city is none? It will return you this city itself. So what will happen in this situation now? See, when I was trying to call it in this way, so let me show you without default and with default. So this is without default right now. See, this is without default, so obviously it is giving me none. Then it is giving me with default, which was Mumbai. And what will happen if I just go and add a city here? If I say city is, let's say, Pune, just for sake of understanding, I add Pune here. In this situation, both of them will return Pune. Why? Because I don't need the to follower to default, because my city is there in my particular dictionary. Next, let us understand how do we add and remove the elements from a dictionary. So let's say I want to add the country in my dictionary. So I'll say details of country is equal to India, and then I print my details. So I say print details. So I have got country as well now in my dictionary. Then you can even update the element which you have. For example, age is 25. I want to make it 30. I can say details of age is equal to 30. And then I say print details. So now you see it was not added, but whatever I add in the end, if age was already there, and then if I update the age, whatever I add in the end will be updated. Now, let's say I have got this list of programming languages. I want to add JavaScript to this. What will happen then in that situation? I can simply say details of programs or programming languages dot append. And here I add JavaScript. And then I print details. See, I think that should be adding it up now. So I have got JavaScript here as well. I have added that. And so this is how you add to the dictionary as well as into any other internal elements in the dictionary. Then other way of deleting some elements is, for example, I want to delete the married status. So I'll say delete details of is married. And after that, if I print details, what will happen is this. So is married is gone now. Yeah. In the new version, is married is gone. And then I want to fetch some data, and also like I want to get the key of the value for the key, and I want to delete it. So I can do a function called as pop. So here I can say city is equal to details dot pop, and here I pass my city, which will remove. So if you see print, if I do print city, it will give me the city. But if you print the details, you will see that the city is deleted from the structure as well. So you get the Pune here, but the city is deleted from my dictionary. The last section here is how do we iterate through a dictionary. Now, what we have seen in the previous iterations of data structures is, for example, for something in your dictionary, or let's say in something in your details. So here what happens is you will normally in list tuple you get the value. Let's say what we get here. So when we try to iterate through the dictionary, you see that we are getting all the keys part. All the key are is something which we are getting. Okay, I'll just put up a separator so that we understand in our output as well. So if I just add it up here, yeah, see. So we are getting all the key. So one thing is very clear that when we iterate through the dictionary, we are not getting all the values, but instead we are getting what keys. So it is good to rename this as what whenever we iterate through a dictionary, we get all the key of the dictionary. We get all the key of the dictionary. Then if I want to get through the elements as well, so what I can do here for element in details dot items, and in detail dot items I say print my element. So at this time, and I'll just put it up here in between this part. So you can see this time what we are getting is a key value pair, key value pair, key value pair. These are also called as dictionary items. And you have an option. What you can do is you can separate them like this. You remember unpacking, so we can do that here. That key value is equal to the element of my dictionary, and then I can print it like this. Key, comma, value, and you can add some separator in between, and that's it. So we have got key n, key comma value, which we have got it here. And the best part, see, this is something you can do, or you can also print that element also. Both of them are possible. Okay, both of them are possible, and you see, so I get this value which I unpacked into this, and then I have got my final output. So that is nothing but simple one is I can use this unpacking directly during I iterating through the dictionary. So I can simply just say key value. I don't need to print the key, and I can simply just say, see, I've got key value directly while the iteration. So this is all about dictionaries in Python. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe, share it with your friends.